A very good morning to all my dear students of class 7. Today we are going to do modals, which is in unit 10 in your English elementary grammar and composition book. If we remember, while doing verbs, we have discussed about auxiliary verbs. So basic verbs and auxiliary verbs. So auxiliary verbs are of two kinds, primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries are am, is, are, was, were. They are called verbs to be. Do, does, did. They are called verbs to do. And have, has, had. They are called verbs to have. Next comes the modals, the modal auxiliaries. May in past tense might, can in past tense could, must, shall in past tense should, will in past tense would, ought, need, dare, used to. Okay, now what are modals? Modals help to express the mood or attitude of the speaker. So modals help to express the mood or attitude of the speaker. Now, in a chart sort of thing, all the modals are divided according to their uses. Like for permission, we use may, can, could. For possibility, we use may, might. For ability, we use can, could. For suggestion, advice, duty and obligation, we use must, should and ought to. Promise, will, shall. Intention, will, shall. Necessity and compulsion, must, have to, need. Wish, may. Done, accustomed, used to. Prohibition, ought not to, must not. Challenge or courage, dare. So, used to is a common auxiliary verb which we use to express something which is in habitual past tense. That means in past, something that is in habit is expressed by the use of used to. Okay, which is written here as done, accustomed. Now, this is so far a list which you will write in your copy. You will write the list of primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries in your copy. You will do this chart of primary and modal auxiliary, then you will write this and then you will write this list also. Then we will do something, we will read something about the use of these modals in detail in the later examples. Okay. 2-3 things we need to keep in mind, as I told you in previous classes also, students. If we use modals, there is no change of verb form after the modals. There is no change of verb form after the modals. Like we cannot write I used to wrote. No, I used to write. You should go, not you should went. Because after the modal auxiliary, the verb is retained in its present form without any change, in its basic form, in its root form. Now see what is written. Modals are followed by a main verb. So modals are always followed by main verbs. Modals are followed by main verbs. Modals are followed by main verbs. Here also we can see the main verb is always in the root form, as I just told you. Is there any change after the modal of the verb? Go remains go only. So the root verb never changes after the use of modals. Modals always have the same form. They do not change according to the number and person of the subject. So modals also never change. Should is everywhere should. There is no change for person or tense. Now we will come to the specific use of this modal, shall and will. Where do we use shall? Generally, we use shall in the first person to denote simple future tense. We use shall in the second person and third person to express these cases. What are they? A promise, a command, a threat, a determination. So generally we used it in first person to denote future time. If it is not used in first person, if it is used in case of second or third person, that means I shall is common. But if I say he shall, then there must have been any of these cases. What are they? A promise, a command, a threat, a determination. Likewise, in the use of will, Will is used in the second and third person to express simple future. We all know these are used, shall and will is used for future tense. So if it is used for second and third person, then it is used for simple future. If it is used for first person, then the following cases may happen: willingness, promise, determination. Intention, threat. So willingness, promise, determination, intention, threat. Understood? Next is, in asking questions, the following rules should be observed. If we use will or shall or will for asking questions, we need to keep these rules in mind. In first person, will is never used. We always use shall for asking question. With first person means I, we. I have taught you what are first person, second person, third person in the chapter of pronouns. For asking questions for first person, we should never use will. It is always shall. Never say will I or will we. It will be shall I, shall we. In second person, shall or will is used according to whichever is expected in the answer. According to whichever is expected in the answer. So whichever is expected in the answer, according to that we use shall and will. In third person, will is always used. For interrogative sentences in third person, will is always used. Now comes the exercise part. The first exercise. Fill in the blanks in the following with shall or will as required. If in any sentence both can be used, explain the difference in meaning. So we have to see whether we can use shall or will according to the rules that we have learned here and the exceptions that we have learned. If in any sentence both can be used, explain the difference in meaning. That means in some of the sentences both can be used. So what is the difference that we have to explain? So I will just request you all to solve them. Don't worry, I will give you the answers. The wicked dash perish. With what will be the answer? So you will fill it up with shall or will. I dash succeed or die in the attempt. So what will be the answer? You will use the rules that I have taught here. That is there in your book. So do it now. I shall be posting you the answers afterwards. So there are more. There are 25. So solve them quickly in your book. The next rule that I am going to teach you is the use of should. Should, the past form of shall, is used to express duty or obligation in all persons. So should is used for duty and obligation. Should is used for duty and obligation. Never forget. For giving or speaking advice, seeking advice. For giving or seeking advice, we use should. To express disapproval. You shouldn't have behaved in this manner. Disapproval. So seeking and giving advice, disapproval. Okay. And after lest, to express a negative purpose. This is very, very important. Because lest is a use, is such a use. If we use lest, we have to use should after that. Lest is always followed by should. Take heed, lest you should fall. He ran fast, lest he should miss the train. So keep it in your mind. If there is lest, it is always followed by should. So obligation, giving and seeking advice, and lest. Next we will learn the uses of would. So would is the past form of will, where we use it to express a wish, to indicate refusal, to express determination, to express willingness in the past. In polite speech, would you please mind giving me your seat? Would you please mind exchanging your seat with me? A polite request. Okay. To express past habit. Okay. To denote condition or uncertainty. To denote condition or uncertainty. Then you will fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks with should, would, shouldn't, wouldn't. Should, would, shouldn't, wouldn't. Here the exercise is given. You will fill them in your book with a pencil. When I will post you the answer, you will check your answers with pencil, write the correct one, learn from your mistakes, then you will write down in your copy. Understood? The next part of the class, from can to the rest of the modals, I will explain in the next class. So students, sit with a pencil, read the rules, prepare all the rules, and after preparing all the rules, you will write the definition, the primary and modal auxiliaries, then this list you will write, and then you will just read them and solve exercise 1 with pencil in your book and exercise 2 with pencil in your book. These rules you will prepare. Understood? In the next class, I shall be explaining you the rest of the rules. I hope you have understood up to this. You will sit with a pencil and solve them. After completing them, while I will post you the answer, you will check your answers from my solved exercises and you will write them neatly in your classwork copy. And students, in this pandemic situation, we have to learn from our mistakes. If we correct our answers, we will learn better. So see you tomorrow. Bye today.